What up, everybody? This is Dara Hunt from Live Life Fearless. Welcome back to our Music Files podcast, where we talk about all the latest news and music and happenings just involving music and artists and everything. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Darius Walker. Say what up.
What's going on, everybody? Artist D Walker here. Welcome to the Music Files. Glad you are with us. Check out the Living Life Fearless gear. I'm glad we're not matching today. Me and Dario
pull the old one out.
Happen to wear the same shit every now and then, but
pull the old one out today.
It's all Fearless swag, so.
Right. Today's date is August 12th, 2018. For everybody listening. So, we'll hop right into it. So we just start with, our usual format, go through some music news and what's happening and what's not. So as you all know, Cardi B has released her long-awaited debut finally.
Cardi.
And, not one to let somebody have the spotlight for too long. Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
She gave her a week.
Has done a lot this past week or so, or today. And so she dropped 2 singles.
Well, she rolled out 2 singles. She didn't just drop them; she rolled them out.
Oh, she had a roll. See, I missed that.
She has a full rollout for these 2 singles. I
didn't know she
released the cover art. She released the cover art like 4 or 5 days before the singles came out. She's like, "Yo, Thursday, I'm about to drop Chun-Li and Barbie Tings."
And when was the exact day that Cardi B dropped?
The day. Well, they dropped Thursday. Today, those songs came out, but I don't know what day the rollout started.
So
because she dropped she was only supposed to drop 2 songs, but I think 3 songs came out.
Really, I only heard the 2.
I don't know if the other song is like a weird leak or something, but yeah, there's another track. Let me see what I got. That other track is Halfback.
See, I missed that. I didn't hear that one.
And it almost sounds like the same. It almost sounds like the other 2, honestly. And I think there was a snippet of Halfback floating around. So maybe that one the full track just got leaked or something the same day. But that one I saw before these other 2 tracks. And I was like, oh, what? This isn't the song that she was supposed to release. But so basically there's another track floating.
Okay.
But
there's just been a lot of Nicki Minaj news. She released the unreleased verse from her Motorsport, like the original verse. She sat down for like an hour-long Zane Lowe interview and
Beats one.
And so she just
Hope style.
She did a lot.
The queen of the hip hop out here, like.
So we'll just unpack this. So first, did you hear the first?
Are we talking about Cardi B or
no? This is Nicki.
We're gonna talk about the music.
We'll get to Cardi.
Are we gonna talk about Cardi B's music or just the situation first? Because
we're gonna talk about Nicki. We'll get to Cardi B's album later, but right now we'll unpack this Nicki Minaj.
Talk about that. Yeah.
Rollout. So have you heard the first 2 songs?
This goes. Yep.
Your thoughts?
And well, it's interesting. After hearing Cardi B's album, it was kind of nice to hear a female rapper that was good at rapping. Like, really, like, she was, like, bars. It was, like, bars. Like, that was what's crazy. Was, like, I could see the difference immediately, but then it was weird. It wasn't like her songs were hits, though. I don't think these songs are hits. I don't think they're, like, damn.
No.
But, like, some of the bars are, like, real nice. It almost, they might be a little bit better than her rollout last year with No Frauds and all those joints.
A lot better.
It's almost the same time.
Absolutely nothing.
Remember those? So basically 3 tracks came out a year later around the same time.
And did absolutely nothing.
But slightly addressing a beef, though. It's kind of weird. The way she's doing this, though, it's not like it's really hurting Cardi, but it's definitely it's definitely changing some streams. Like, Nicki's drawing the Cardi streams over to her streams too right now. Because everybody's going to want to listen to the other female rapper and if she says something.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody was really trying to dissect what she was saying to see if she would, you know, talk about Cardi B specifically. She didn't
Uh,
really speak about her on the songs. And I'll say I mean, my first impression was basically like yours, like, okay, so like, yeah, this is the difference between Nicki and Cardi is that Nicki is actually like a really good rapper. Like when she really puts her mind to it, like she's actually a really good artist who has
yeah,
like
and her
actual
melodies
legit
too.
skill
Her
outside of
melodies
just
made
saying
me
stuff.
realize, yeah,
Whereas,
she got skill.
and like, they're not hits, but they are. I think they are stronger than the last year's offering, and I think Chun Li
Yeah,
will catch
right.
on a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be like a mega smash, but I could definitely hear it on the radio.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be pushed because I put on Spotify today, and those songs were already on the Spotify playlist.
Mm.
They released on in this playlist, so it's gonna stream well. If it's like already in the like, bam, like the hip hop shit. So
So, so there's that. The first singles. That was the first part of the whole, spotlight stealing she's doing, and then the whole
yeah,
hour long interview with Zane Lowe or hour
that
plus.
was unexpected.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
know
didn't
that.
think she
I
was
didn't
gonna do
know
that.
there was gonna be like a tell all joint.
Yeah,
Like, oh yo, y'all ain't seen me in a minute. What's up? Because she's been ghost, right? She hasn't been on
social media for like a
social
while.
media. Yeah, like 4 months or something. So she's been
She,
quiet
I mean, I didn't
the
sit
whole
down
year,
and watch the whole
basically since the
interview.
new year. Yeah. I didn't watch. I haven't. I've only heard like 5 minutes of it
I
because
caught some
I was at work.
highlights. She talked about a lot. She did talk about Cardi B, and she kind of said that like there's no beef, blah blah blah. Like she just felt like her and the Migos kind of made it look like she was lying about stuff and whatever, whatever. It was just that
Right.
kind of passive aggressive shit she's been doing like this whole time that Cardi B is kind of rose to prominence. So that
Right.
was like expected response. And then she talked
Yeah.
about Meek Mill, which she kind of shit on this whole Meek Mill was getting fucked over by the judge thing because she was like
Yeah.
she had no problems with the judge and like the judge seemed like she was doing everything that she wanted or asked of her and like expected
Yeah.
from a judge, like so she really wasn't supporting him that like she didn't sound like she was really supporting him in that way.
She wasn't on no free meek. She was just like,
Nah,
yeah,
she definitely
it's
wasn't waving
court.
the free meat flag, man. She was like, well, like I just don't want. All she basically said is, I don't like seeing anybody in jail. But it wasn't like, yeah, he shouldn't be
Mm,
locked up. It was like,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, she was giving bars to Remy Ma though. She was giving bars to Remy Ma in these
in the
for
interview.
sure.
I
There's a
didn't.
couple lines that she might be giving to Cardi, but she's definitely giving Remy Ma some shots still.
I haven't listened that much, so I can't really break
Oh well,
down.
she had this line like, you got the bars, but you broke. You should have copped a plea. Like, like she's rapping, like, cause she's on that Love and Hip Hop. It's like her and Pat on the show,
Mm.
and she's like supposedly the better lyricist because of the Sheether thing, but like because she's on parole or whatever, she can't travel like Nicki can and all that. So like her career is just like not gonna be able to propel. So like Nicki's kind of just shitting on the fact that she like is broke, but not broke. She's not broke. She's just
Well,
like
it's.
compared to Nicki, she's not.
I mean, if
I
she
mean,
did respond or say something about it, it's kind of way too late. Like the sheet there was
oh
what
yeah,
almost like well over a year now.
oh yeah,
Like that whole
definitely.
wave is. I don't think anybody was checking for a Remy Ma like response from her. Like, come on, it's like that's way
Nah,
past time. Like you should have
she's
been
only
responded.
talking about the only two rapper females that are relevant, Remy Ma and Cardi, basically. Cause she said the like I never had to strip to get the pole position.
She addressed that and she said that that was not about Cardi, and she said that she
It was
recorded that
about
like back
Eve.
in like 2015 or some shit like that. Like she recorded it like a while, long time ago.
She did though. It's in another song. And actually the beats remind me of remember Itty Bitty Piggy off the mixtape days?
No.
Nicki Minaj way
Mm-mm.
back in the day. So before she dropped the album, she did a song called Itty Bitty Piggy. You guys could look that up. That joint, it's like a boom bap, kind of like I forget which song it is, but it's similar to this. So it's just kind of bringing like a mixtape Nicki vibe to these new releases as well.
So I mean, she's been doing a lot, man. She came out of nowhere and she talked about a lot of shit in the interview, which I didn't sit down and listen to, but she talked about a lot of stuff. She talked about, trying to get Meek not to get into the beef with Drake. She finally did acknowledge the beef with Meek and Drake a little bit and was like,
right.
But she said she didn't want to tell everything because she has a documentary coming too along with this album.
Oh, she has to.
So she's like really trying to go hard with this one. She said it's the best album she's ever made, and
oh shit! It's probably gonna be the third part of that. It's My Time or My Time Now or whatever. She had that series. Remember her last two releases? One was like, it was a whole documentary, but it's supposed to be 3 sections, and I think they kept up with the artist. It's crazy because it's following her on tour. Both her tours, so like right when she came out, and then a second one. So like this might be the.
Well, I can say I did not watch that, but she's doing everything. Like, so she's like definitely trying to take that shine away from Cardi B. I mean, she'll say that no, it's just coincidence that the timing is right after.
Cardi and I didn't know about all of this. Once I saw the images, I was like, Young Money is playing games right now. Because Drake's song, that, what's it called? What's that new song that he just dropped?
Nice for What?
Nice for What? Yeah. So that's the Lauryn Hill sample, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B's song, Care For You, is the Lauryn Hill. She had to have Lauryn Hill clear that.
Is it? I don't know.
Only because she said, care for me, care. Like, only because Cardi said it a few times to the beat. So all I'm saying is, Drake dropped that a week after the Care For Me joint that Cardi dropped. So it's a faster, similar sample.
I mean, but that's probably a coincidence.
But then Nicki comes out with the rollout, and then I like how Nicki didn't have features in these songs, but she did say in one of the songs, like, we're the big three, like, Lil Wayne, Nicki, and Drake. So I like how she just mentioned them instead of like having them in the song. She might have them in the song later.
Yeah, I mean,
it was better in the 3 pair.
Which didn't work. She tried it already, so it didn't work.
Exactly.
So, I mean, is this petty or is this just competition? Like, is this petty or is this competition?
Well, we always want lyrical sparring and shit, right? We like competition, right? Just because if it's women, it's petty now, or because there's not enough female rappers at the top, they can't beef.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what everybody's saying is that, there's only so many female artists out there. You should be out there supporting each other, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
But on the same time, like, whenever Kendrick drops something, Drake typically does something, try to do something not too long after he does it, like kind of.
Definitely.
So a lot of people are claiming it's petty. There's definitely the female aspect to that, but I don't think it's petty. I think it's just like, if you're at the top, it's basically like, there can only be one person at the top, and if Nicki, and I think especially for female rappers, it's kind of been shown, it hasn't really been proven yet that there can be multiple big artists at the top like that, where you can have a Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole, and they all have their own lane, whereas these female rappers all get kind of clumped together. No matter what they rap about or no matter their style, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're always compared to each other. And then it's like, so I think that just enhances her like desire to.
I think the problem is they all have that similar aesthetic because it's not all female rappers. Because if you think about like a Rhapsody, because Rhapsody doesn't conform to like the like sexualization
the Lil Kim
like her femininity.
The Lil Kim way.
Yeah, the Little Kim model. So they don't follow the Little Kim model. If they don't follow the Little Kim model, then they're not. I think they want to beef the Barbie. So Nicki Minaj is coining the Barbie thing. So I think they're just like, it's all the girls, just like they want the pretty girls to beef, like Mean Girls, like like the hot girl clique. They like watching them fight, But then it's like everybody else is chill, just watching them, go crazy and shit.
I mean, it's a little bit petty, but like it's warranted. I think. Like, I mean, you want to stay at the top, dog. Like she's been quiet for like well over a year, and
Right.
she's losing that buzz, man. Everybody's on Cardi B right now. Cardi B this, Cardi B that. I'm sure
Well, Cardi
she
B
definitely
just
in her
dropped
feelings
an
about that.
album, and it's been close to 4 years for Nicki. So
Has it been almost 4 years? She's
for an album, yeah, it's like three at least. It's three and some change.
and I didn't even think her last one or two were even that great. So
Yeah.
she definitely has a lot to
So she's dropped music, but
I think this is the first time she's had like legit competition for like the spotlight in
yeah,
terms of like female like
because like
mainstream
Anaconda was a
rap
minute
and
ago,
shit.
right?
Yeah, it was a minute ago.
Yeah.
Even that was like more of just for the video and just the ass than the actual song. But
That's what she's doing this rollout for with the Chun Li joint. Or is it the no Barbie Tings? Barbie Tings is the first music video because she released a teaser for the music video.
yeah, I don't like those now. I don't like
She's releasing
sitting out
teasers. She's doing
30-second
the
teasers
full
for a 3 minute
rollout.
video.
That's what I'm saying. For one song, she's doing a full rollout for 2 songs. Like, what? What's happening?
I don't
Like,
know.
is she gonna drop an album or is she just gonna quit after these videos drop? That's what I want to know. Like, are you dropping a full tape?
She gotta drop
Why
an
are you just
album
gonna?
soon. With
She
this type of
has to.
rollout, it's gotta be real soon.
For real though.
So I mean, you guys let us know. Is Nicki Minaj being OD petty for this, or is just just straight up competition? And it's all fair in music, But let us know. So next in the items, Apple Music is set to hit like 40 million subscribers,
Yeah.
and
Sounds about right.
following that news, they are announcing that they are going to stop iTunes music downloads in 2019. You will no longer be able to download music from iTunes.
Oh, that's interesting. No more sales.
Oh, just straight subscriptions, which is more lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
You have a constant
Exactly.
cash flow.
Yeah. We can't let y'all own shit. We'll own it and give you the access
So I mean, this is what everybody
for a
wanted,
small
right?
fee.
This is what everybody wanted, right? Now everybody's gonna be kind of like, yo, what the fuck? Like, y'all wanted the
That's
streams and y'all
crazy.
wanted unlimited access to all this shit. Like, so now look at what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I'm not on I'm not on Spotify, Apple Music, none of those. I'm straight downloads, dog, and I just make my own. I got my own hard drives. I got my own playlist.
Oh, facts. Bruh, I'm
I'm not
the
plugged in
last
like
thing
that.
I bought an album, but it was the only album I bought in forever. And that's just because I wanted to support the artist. I bought Big Crit's album. And honestly, I bought it because I saw him at a concert for free. So I was like, well, this will be for that ticket, basically. I'm going to buy the album because I saw him for free at a concert. So,
I bought an album recently.
yeah.
Young Fathers, Cocoa
Oh,
Sugar. I did, man. I was feeling the album, so I was like, I'm gonna support them. They up and coming
nice.
indie. They were our. I'm talking about them more later, but they were they were our pick for album of the month of last month. So
Yeah.
I bought one. But I mean, about the streaming, like I don't stream, so like because I'm not always online. I'm not always in a good place for signal, so I don't like
Mm.
not being able to just have access to all that, and then
Yeah.
like I don't like having all my like music history tied up into a subscription service because like if something happens to that service or I stop paying for it, then I just lose all access to the music. So like I've
Yeah.
never been
It happened to
interested
me,
in that.
man. I was paying for Spotify, and then like I stopped paying for it, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Oh my god, everything that I listen to, I don't have access to like offline anymore. Like
Yeah.
I can't." And I was like, "I can't pick the song I want to. I can pick the playlist I want, and it'll pick any song in there." I'm like, "This is trash." Like I hated it, but I still use the free service. But yeah. They get you so hard, man. They make you feel like you just had regular iTunes or some shit.
So
Like,
I mean that's the goal is they get you into the ecosystem and then they make it basically impossible for you to get out because you can't download it, you can't keep it. So like if you do stop, then you just lose all of that. So that's how they get people to just stay like man, just stay forever because You don't want to lose all those playlists. You don't want to lose all that music.
Organizing
curating. And
you organize 1,000 songs. You got 10 different playlists for different shit, and then all of a sudden you can't use any of that shit. That would be so fucking annoying.
It's like
you can't back it up because it's not yours. It's just on the program.
I mean, this is what people wanted, so this is where it's going. And I knew this is what was going to happen. I knew they were going to try to stop just selling into music altogether and just get everybody plugged into their respective, ecosystems. And then what's happening now is with all these streaming services where each one's offering different exclusive shit. So then you're not going to have certain access to other things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, they're following the movie TV model with Netflix and everything.
Yeah, basically.
They just adopted the Netflix model where the more original content they can create, the less they have to do deals. The more leverage they have and the more money they'll generate for projects to bring big names in.
Different because Netflix and them, they can create their own stuff. Here they have to make deals with artists to get them to stick with their platform, like Taylor Swift, how she's only on Apple Music or Spotify, I think too, maybe, or maybe she took it off. I don't remember. But you only have access to if you want that specific artist, you only have to go there. But then what if you like a different artist and they're only on there? So I'm just I don't want to be involved in any of that shit. I'm just.
But that's how Hulu is. There's shows that I seen or
Amazon
I'm not
Prime. On any of those either.
There's Amazon Prime.
There's a few I'm on Amazon because I have Amazon Prime. So I already had Amazon Prime before I even offered the video. So that's why I'm on there. But you know me, there's so many ways to have access to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying illegally. I'm just saying there's a lot of ways if you're interested that you don't have to even be involved in this bullshit.
Very
and I'm just over here with my 200 gigabyte high res Sony Walkman, so I don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. I'm just plugged in all the time.
Yeah, that's fun.
But I wonder if people will have an outcry about not being able to download music, or if it will just be something of the past and people won't even think twice about. I'd personally like to at least have control of that, but
yeah,
some people just like to be plugged into that system, the Matrix.
Let
us know.
I wish Napster should come back. This shit is
there's no need. There's much better things than Napster.
Yeah, but a modern Napster, just ahead of its time, it was kind of shit. Something came out like that, if Google made its own streaming service with Drive.
I mean, they do have a streaming service, Google Play, but it's definitely nowhere near the other ones.
That's not what I'm talking. That's that's something because they needed it. They're oh yeah, just put a player together and we can put it on this online. Just make sure it works good enough. But Google's got potential.
I mean, you guys let us know. Are you mad that you won't be able to download music from iTunes anymore? Or is this just an inevitability and that you're just you're plugged into the system at this point, so it doesn't matter? You'll just pay continuously every month for the rest of your lives. Let us know.
Yeah.
I personally will not be paying every single month for the rest of my life just to listen to music. It shouldn't be like a utility.
Have a monthly music bill?
Yeah,
that sounds so crazy. For the rest of my life, I have a monthly music bill.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Fuck all that.
I'm good.
Trapping out the bandwidth for me, thanks.
So this weekend is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 2018.
Nice.
You probably haven't heard too much about it because there's no big name. I mean, there's big names, but it's not any super controversial stuff like when Tupac was in. Was it Tupac? No, it wasn't Tupac. It was NWA. When NWA was in there. Last time we talked about it and stuff like that. So, but it is happening this weekend. The list of inductees is Dire Straits, the Moody Blues, Bon Jovi, the Cars, Nina Simone, which is, I mean, I guess she's rock and roll, but sometimes she's just Nina Simone.
Yeah.
She just has, just depending on the song and obviously the mood and just general direction she takes it in. But Nina Simone, and then gospel singer Sister Rosetta Tharpe, which I did not know about until, this actually made me look into her because I knew everybody else. But I was like, I don't know this name. And, do some research, and apparently she's like basically like the godfather of rock and roll. Like she was like a gospel.
Oh, yeah.
She was a gospel artist, but with like electric guitar, and like you listen to her songs, it's definitely like early rock and roll, like clear influences for everything else. And she's like one of the first to ever do it, like this old black lady back in like the 30s and stuff. Like it's crazy. Oh, yeah. It was crazy. So I just that's one thing about like these Hall of Fames and stuff like that, and these museums, and is that it does introduce you to people that you should know, but maybe you didn't, because like she's for sure like she's not talked about much when it comes to like rock and roll and like the history of rock and roll, but she definitely should be. She definitely should be recognized much, much more. So I'd like to see her get in. It's dope.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, everybody should listen to Sister Rosetta Tharpe and see where rock and roll came from, because it definitely comes from that sound. It's crazy.
That's right. Definitely. I'm putting that on my playlist right now. Gonna have to not stream it. They probably don't even have that shit on streaming. Oh, they might. It's probably on YouTube.
It's on YouTube for sure. That's why I listen to her stuff. It was YouTube. JaVale McGee is just dropped. JaVale McGee, a University of Nevada alumni, my guy from my school. Center for the Golden State Warriors, for y'all don't know. He's dropping an album. He just dropped an album.
Why? What the fuck?
He dropped it on SoundCloud under the name Pierre.
Stop it.
Pierre.
Stop it. Are you serious?
I am. And he's not, but he's not rapping. He is just the producer. He's
trolling. Oh, okay. All right. So that's less of a joke then. I can take that.
It's actually not a joke. Like, it's actually not bad.
Really?
It's really not bad.
That's
like,
cool. Okay.
I won't say it's like great.
Yeah.
But I'll say it's like an above average production for sure. Like he has some clear talent in the ear for it.
Is it just a beat tape, or does he have like lyrics?
No, he has like guests. Like they're all guests. Like it's like a
okay.
DJ drama, Well, no, I won't say drama because drama doesn't produce, but like, Mike Will made it tape or some shit like that. Like all the production handled by him, but he's got like guest artists on every song.
Nice. Okay,
so check out my guy, man.
Out here.
Check out my guy Pierre, man. University of Nevada, Wolfpack holding it down. Pierre. SoundCloud. Pierre. Pierre.
That's crazy.
Self-titled.
I have
project.
To see this. There's a lot of NBA guys putting out music.
Also happening. There's a few NBA stars and athletes out there that like can
Damian
actually
Lillard.
Rap. Dame Lillard, Iman Shumpert can rap. Yeah. There's a few. But it's just like...
Yeah, there's a few.
The thing with most NBA athletes, artists rapping is that their subject matter. Like... Iman Shumpert, he can rap. He actually rap. Like he can actually spit. But then he talks about like some street shit, and it's like, bro, like, no, it's not. Like we know you make like a ridiculous amount of money for playing basketball, and you've been doing this since you were like in high school. So like, this isn't what I'm trying to hear from you. Like, being in the street doing all this and that. Nah, bro, like that's not it. Yeah, that's not the way.
Honestly, Shaq could probably help him out.
Shaq had some bars. Shaq got a platinum album under his belt, man.
Yeah, bro, I had the VHS. I'm not VHS. The cassette tape. I found a cassette tape of Shaq, and I have it in my collection somewhere. It's an actual tape.
Shaq got a
90s,
platinum album on it, man. Another thing he did better than Kobe.
Damn, you remember that Kobe shit?
Who doesn't, man? That shit was absolutely terrible.
That was the worst thing ever.
That shit was terrible.
Like, oh man.
I don't know. If athletes are gonna rap, they should do that shit anonymously to be taken seriously, honestly.
Like Pierre.
It's not anonymous now because I just told y'all, but go listen to Pierre. Also happening this weekend is the first weekend of Coachella. The overhyped, overproduced music festival at this point.
Yeah.
So prepare yourselves for your Instagram feeds. You're about to see a bunch of fake hippies and just stuff, just a lot of Coachella pics and just cliche festival pics.
Coachella got weird, man.
It started out as a great, like all things, it started out great. Like it was exposing, unknown artists or lesser known artists and acts and giving them a place to all come and see them. And it was kind of like a niche thing. And then now it's like this full blown corporate machine.
Yeah. Like 6 or 7 years ago, that shit was the shit.
I mean, now it's not even like less known artists. Now you have Beyonce and like The Weeknd and like all these big name fucking people, Eminem and shit doing it. So it's like, it's cool that they're doing it, but it's like
there used to only be like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
of those
they'd be like the main headliner to end like.
Sometimes
the
they would be unannounced,
so
you wouldn't even know.
I mean, it's cool, but then it's like it lost like the heart of it, and like
Yeah,
just
it did though, because it was like, I don't know, it was just counterculture. It was more counterculture like than anything. So like now it's the culture. So you can't be counterculture and be the culture. So it's become pop really. It's kind of like I don't know, just a more commercial Bonnaroo.
On
the West Coast.
I think that's how all festivals kind of start out, as that indie.
Bonnaroo's not there yet. It's still probably a little bit more low key, but it's
a little bit. But it'll be there soon once people get off the Coachella fad and be like, "Oh, what's the next big festival we can go to?" And I don't know, like maybe it's just because I'm older, but like all this festival shit, like I'm not with it. I'm not going to any of that shit anymore. Like if I was younger, for sure I'd be all over it. But like now it's like, though. I look at it, it's like it's not even about the music anymore at this point. Like it's strictly
it's not
for the show and just for the experience and like being part of the fad and like the cool thing.
Yeah. Damn, I just look at the list and like
the list is crazy. Like the names on there are like all massive artists, and then you got to go really far down the list to find like smaller, lesser known acts.
And the text just gets smaller, so the lesser known acts are the smallest print on the fucking poster. The first biggest names you see: The Weeknd, Beyonce, Eminem. Those are the biggest names on the poster.
Cardi B's doing one there too.
Cardi B. That's crazy.
I mean, there's rumor that Beyonce's hired like 100 dancers for her show. Shit. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll be
the stadiums, so she's ready for that shit.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be off the fucking chain, especially like even The Weeknd, like he just dropped his EP and whatever. So,
oh yeah, oh my god,
it's gonna be dope. But it's just like,
did we talk about The Weeknd shit?
Nah, we're going to talk about that after this.
Oh, okay.
But it's gonna be dope, like the shows and the acts and the big names. But it's just like, man, it's no longer what it is, like what it was. Like it's no longer about the music. So it's when people are like, "Oh, I'm going to Coachella," it's like they don't even know like any of the artists are not even interested in seeing any of like the other artists. They're just going to see like Beyonce or like The Weeknd or and whatnot. So like,
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. It's just when something becomes too successful and too like well known that loses.
I
like,
mean,
what
I don't
made it
know
special
though.
in the
It's
first
it's
place.
weird. What about joints like Summer Jam though? Has that
Different.
lost its
That's
buzz?
different.
Because it's all hip hop, or just it's a ritual. It's supposed to be crazy.
And I'd say
Or do you
no
think it
because
hasn't
Summer
crossed
Jam
over?
does. No, and I would say no because first of all, it's different. It's not like a giant festival. It's a show.
Yeah.
Like it's a, and
It's
they
a
still.
festival. It's the
It's
Summer
not a
Jam
festival.
festival.
Summer Jam's not really a festival. It's not like on Coachella
It's
level.
a festival, bro.
It's not on
They
Coachella
got-
level, bro.
It's not like Coachella. It's got probably half as many artists though, maybe a third, but that's
Way less than half, bro.
still a shit ton of
Less
artists.
than half.
Okay, we'll
Less
say a
than
third. They play at least a third.
And they still bring out a lot of up and coming acts onto the stage, though. Like a ton of them.
Yeah, that's true.
And Summer
But they
Jam's
have
just
to have the headliners. They're gonna have DJ Khaled. They're gonna have Hove. They're gonna have Diddy's.
But they always start. But they've
whoever's,
always
Lil
been that
Wayne.
way.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Because they
they've
started
always-
like that.
they've always been
I
that
see your
way.
point
Like,
because
it
they
was-
started like that. They've always had big names and little names.
They always been bringing out big names and up and coming or whoever's hottest right now. But Coachella purpose was to expose lesser known acts and to give them a stage in front of everybody. Because if you can see all these acts in one place, you're more likely to go see them than just if they're just doing an individual show. You know, it's more way of you to discover all these acts and stuff that you wouldn't have otherwise. Whereas now it's literally just to cash in on the names and the big names, and that's why the prices keep going up every year.
Yeah.
Whereas Summer Jam has always been that way, and Summer Jam still got that raw element to it. Look, people still get like snuffed on stage, like we saw that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's still got
Summer
that
Jam
very
is
raw
still,
hip hop
yeah.
element. It's still very at the heart of what it always been, but Coachella's definitely overproduced at this point. Like I think it's reaching that threshold where it's like soon going to be like no longer the cool thing to go to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It's all about the kids, though. The youth, them. If they go, it'll keep going. It'll probably just change a lot, and it will be something like it never was before.
I mean, you know, they all get.
It'll probably
replaced
turn into a
eventually.
week. Yeah, and then it'll just be some other thing.
But I mean, you guys let us know. What do you think about Coachella at this point? Do you still think it's like cool and it's still got the heart of what it is? It's still about the music, or do you think like it's like I feel like? Do you feel like it's become too much of a fad, like too much of a trendy thing that's lost its purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Yeah.
So that is it for the week or two's past news. There wasn't like a ton of giant news items, but that was the gist of it. So we're gonna talk to some albums, man. Since we started with Nicki Minaj, it's only right that we start with Cardi B and her debut album, Invasion of Privacy. So, what'd you think?
Invasion of Privacy. Well, there were a few questions I wanted answered going into the project, so that's how I was. My mindset was this music better explain the cover art and like its commercialness. Like there better be some relationship to the commerciality of this album cover in the music, and B, it better not all just be a bunch of Bodak yellows. And so I was surprised. She had a pleasant little mix in here. It was actually, I listened to it and I was like, she got some hits on here. Like she had some bangers. But then like I kept listening to it and I was trying to find substance, and I couldn't find like something to like really hold lyrically. but she was saying good stuff. It just, I don't know. It left me wanting a little bit more most of the time. I thought the album was rushed. A lot of people thought the album was rushed because they thought she was pregnant, and she turns out she is. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's why the album was rolled out this way. But some of the songs, like the Chance the Rapper song, that song sounds out of place to me. That song doesn't even sound like, it feels like maybe there was a layer they like didn't get to put in, or like something. It just didn't even fit with like the sequencing. So that threw me off. It was like, oh, you guys just thought this was cool. Like, hey, and we got Chance. You know? Like, it was strange for me. But I liked it. It was like, okay. But the SZA joint kind of seemed a little bit weird, but cool. It was only weird because SZA only did the chorus. And the chorus wasn't like flames. It was just like the energy. There was a song that was kind of like a Bodak Yellow 2, and that was that Moneybag, or yeah,
Moneybag.
Yeah, that was like the Bodak Yellow 2, basically. Like the cadence was the same, like. But the lines were kind of cool. I kind of liked it, but then I realized it was so similar to the other one that I was like, oh, I guess I just like this bop that she does, the one she does the like Kodak black bars. Ooh, I didn't even look at the production credits or like the writing credits. I wonder. That kind of makes me want to look at the listing. But yeah, overall, very good, I would say, debut project for anybody. I mean, I'm pretty sure she did or is going to do the numbers that we projected, like at least like 150. I said if she did under that, she'd flop, and I'm pretty sure she's projected to do like 200. So she's doing good. But I don't know. I'm not sold on the music. I just think it's good. I think it's good for a while.
Yeah, it was better than I expected. I'll just have off top, it was definitely better than I expected. Because I wasn't so sure. Obviously, if she can build something off of just Bodak Yellow, Bodak Carter wasn't enough for me. Like, it was okay, but it wasn't, a strong indication of, she got some shit coming. And even, like, Be Careful. Yeah. Like, I didn't really feel Be Careful all that much. Especially once you find out that whole song was basically ghostwritten by somebody else.
Yeah.
And it kind of loses the meaning and personal shit that she was saying on there. I mean, that's cool for like R&B artists, but when you're talking about
very
rap
label.
and shit, like, it's not, it's just not. It's just not. And I hope it never will become that cool thing. But like,
bro, that's the question.
I mean, there were some moments on here that stood out to me. I think she is 100% at her best when she's on like hard shit, like on hard beats and like trap beats, like aggressive sounding songs. That's when she sounds like at her most comfortable. Because when she's talking about like these slower, more introspective tracks, like you said, like the Chance one and all this others, Be Careful and Ring and I Do Whatever, it just doesn't feel genuine at all. Like, it feels very forced. And then
I'll be honest, they kind of sounded like reminiscent of Nicki Minaj. Like, and I wasn't even
Nicki's way
before
better
knowing
at that
Nicki
shit than her.
Before Nicki was dropping. No, I'm saying, like, it felt like they were trying. Like, Nicki, I kept thinking Nicki did this already better. Like, in certain moments.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish my thought. Okay. I'm getting there. So, like, it's definitely the slower songs, like, does not feel comfortable on. She only has, like, one delivery and one flow. So, like, she sounds on the slow songs how she sounds on, like, Bodak Yellow. It's like, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you gotta switch it up. Like, your inflections gotta be different. Like, your voice gotta be changed. Like, she can't do that. She does not have that ability yet. Will she get it? I don't know. But especially now, no. And it works on like the more aggressive shit, but on the slower shit, it definitely does not. And it's like a little grating, especially it's on the slow. Like it was a little grating listening to her throughout the whole time. Like you said, some of the songs felt out of place. And 100% that is due to record label involvement. They definitely had her on a formula, you know, the old record label formula.
Yeah.
Of you got to have this type of song,
Definitely.
you got to have this type of song. Like, this is 100%. Atlantic was very involved in this and telling her kind of what type of songs she needed to have on there. Because even throughout the whole time, like you said, like, she has some cool lines. She says some shit, like, you know, some quotable shit. But it's like, a lot of it is very recycled. Her story is very recycled throughout the whole album. After the first song, you already know her entire story. So it's like, I don't need to keep hearing this over and over and over again. But her subject matter and her content was very, very limited. She's at her best when it doesn't have to get very thoughtful. Like, you don't have to think too much about it. Like, so it's very formulaic in that sense that the label is like, you gotta have this, you gotta have this. So that's why she does sound like so many other artists on the songs that she's doing. Like when she was on a song with Amigos, it sounded like a Migos song. When she was on a song with Trance, it sounded like a Chance song. Like, so it's like
the Meek Mill intro.
Yeah, the Meek Mill intro. Like, come on now. So it's just like her who she is just not. Like, her personality is very clear, but like her actual like musical identity is not at all. Like, so she does not have a clear musical identity right now. And I mean, but there's some cool moments. Like Big and Head was a cool song just because it's almost exactly 3 6 Mafia's Chicken Head song. Yeah, and like I like it is like a trap version. It's just the trap version of the Spanish, the Latin, the very famous Latin song. So it's like, she's just adding little elements to other sounds, but they're already popular sounds. So of course you're gonna like them in some sort of way, regardless, because I like Chicken Head, like it's a classic song for us. So obviously I'm probably going to like this version too. But she's just not
right.
So like, it was a solid debut, much better than I actually expected it from her, but I'm not 100% certain for the future of her career because she seemed very extremely limited in what she can do and what she has the ability to like express in her music.
Right. Yeah, there's a couple questions that I just am left wondering about Cardi. You know, like
a lot of questions.
This is the most commercial album I've probably seen in hip hop since like the early 2000s. Like, I can't think of a project more manufactured by the label of an artist building their whole entire image and everything.
I mean, it's kind of old school in that sense because that's what they used to do in the early 2000s.
Maybe 90s, like, I don't even know, like
early 2000s, they were still like constructing people's albums and sounds and images.
Cause this is crazy, just like, but then, so that was one of my questions was like, this opens up the door for rappers that don't write to be the face with a great voice, but have a team of writers that never show their face.
I don't think so, because her personality is pretty unique, and it's her.
Yeah.
And most people
Academics
don't
is
have
riding
that much
the wave.
charisma.
What about Academics, though?
Nah.
He's about to drop. I bet you he'll do like 100.
Maybe.
And he doesn't even rap.
Maybe, but I don't see him putting out a Bodak Yellow. That's like a very rare thing. Even with this age, like, to put out a song that massive.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, that's hard for anybody to do.
Exactly. So like,
Drake wants to do that. Rihanna,
especially for a female,
can almost do that anytime she wants. But. Yeah, that's crazy. It's your first time out too. Yeah, I don't, and because of that success, actually, that was another thing. Because of the success of Bodak Yellow, I didn't think they wanted the album out because these other songs in here sounded like they wanted to just put out singles. You know, like they wanted to put out a couple more singles.
Of course they did.
And remember,
they tried.
Cardi B, yeah, she wanted to put out a song back around in fall, and she said it was like Meek Mill like. That was the intro. It had to be, you know. Because she said it was like, it sounded like Meek Mill. And then the only song that sounds exactly like Meek Mill is that. So
it was
like,
exactly Meek Mill's intro.
Yeah. I was like, it was weird because it sounds like she's listening to these people, like their music while she's writing. Like she,
probably.
Maybe she's not writing. She's writing something. I know she's probably putting in a few bars here and there, but it's crazy. Like, oh, we gotta listen to this artist to get the vibe right. And like, that's so crazy to me. But it's almost like a Bruno Mars style of making like music.
Yeah.
Like, but
Bruno Mars' talent is undeniable.
Yeah, but there's still. Yeah, he's talented. I don't want to put Cardi B with the.
Yeah, you can't put them in the same class.
That's not quite the same.
Bruno does still write a lot of his music and a lot of other people's music. He just has influences of his sound, but almost as an homage, you know, not as I'm copying you, but like I like this so much, I'm paying homage to these, you know, 90s
with Cardi, I don't even know if she knows. Like, I don't know if she knows half the time. Like, does she know which artist she's taking from all the time? Every time? Do you think she knew every time? Do you think she knew? Do you think she heard the Chicken Head song?
Yeah.
Before?
She worked in strip clubs.
24, 25.
She worked in strip clubs for a long time. So I'm pretty sure that song has come up at least once, bro. I'm just assuming. Okay. I've never been to strip clubs before in my life, so I'm just assuming.
Yeah, what happens there with those things?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm assuming, you know, they sit around.
Yeah, Cardi. I don't know. There's just like, it was just too label. It was too much label for me.
Very label, very manufactured. But still better than I expected. But still
way better than I expected. But because it had so many hands involved, it was just like, it wasn't Cardi B I was impressed with.
No.
It was the team of Cardi B. It was like, wow, a lot of people worked really hard to make this project.
They put a lot of money behind her. They have to have her succeed. They've been putting her hard. Exactly. So
that's how I felt. I was like, well, they did it. Like, I wanted to applaud everyone. Just like, you did it, guys. You know, like, successful rollout. Like,
so I mean, like, so for me, it's like for everybody who thought that this would be the album to dethrone Nicki Minaj. Like, I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but this is definitely not the album to dethrone Nicki Minaj.
Nah, not even close. But I bet Cardi B fans are probably gonna. Like, off the first listen, you might want to try to say, like, oh, shit, this is almost as good as a... But then, no, it's not. Like, I was trying to think of if the features were as dope, but, like, Cardi B's features didn't really, like I said, the SZA thing was a mailed-in verse that, like, was just looped. It was vibeless.
I mean, I think Drip is gonna be a big song for her, but
yeah, well, because that song's like
sounds like a
better
Migos
than
song.
Half the Migos album.
Yeah, it sounds like a song that should have been on Culture too. Honestly,
for real, I bet Cardi said, "Nah, put it on my album. I need that."
They probably did, honestly. The man, which one it is, Offset, probably did. But I mean,
yeah.
Let us know what you guys think about Cardi B's debut Invasion of Privacy album. Did it live up to your expectations? Did it exceed them? Did it I don't know, did it do what you expected it to do? Like, do you think you have a better sense of Cardi B, who she is as an artist? I mean, let us know. I mean, we all know who she is as a person through social media and all the shows and shit she's been on, but it's just like, as a musical identity, do you feel like you have an idea of that? Like, let us know. Let us know.
Cardi.
Another album I listened to was Rich the Kid, The World Is Yours. His debut album.
Oh, you did. I didn't.
That shit's hard, bro.
Well, I've heard like I heard like 3 songs though, and like it was pretty lit. It had to be. I was like, I would have been really disappointed if it was whack, just because he's like he owns his own label too.
Yeah, out of all these like SoundCloud rappers in this whole wave, he's probably one of the ones I was most interested in. Not even because like he's like a lyricist or like he's great, so much better than the rest musically. It's just like I feel like his personality, his charisma is more established or just more like likable than I think a lot of these other guys.
Yeah.
And
he kind of reminds me of like a new version of Gucci.
I won't go that far, but yeah. I mean, he obviously
young businessman.
Yeah, he obviously has a lot of respect because he has features from Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, Future, Rick Ross, Khalid, like off your first album. So obviously he's very well respected like by his peers. So because you don't see these people having on many debut albums for people that aren't like massively established already. And like he has his following, but he's not like even one of the biggest out of this whole wave. You know what I'm saying? So to have all these names is crazy.
He definitely got one of the hottest songs right now, though. That new Freezer, shit is fire.
New Freezer's crazy. Plug Walk is crazy.
Plug Walk, that shit, like those are like that's a rollout. He killed that though. Like, and what's crazy is he signed Famous Dex, so like he basically brought like he gave him some of that swag. So like I don't know. That kid's probably gonna drop a nice. Oh wait, Dex did drop something. I didn't listen to it. Dex me Dexter.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
you're gonna let me know about that one. But I mean,
I have to check that out.
The Lil Wayne song hard, the Trippy song hard, like No Question, Future was hard. This album was pretty hard, but like I was like, yo, I knew New Freeze and Plug Walk were like, I was like, yo, those go hard. And those songs like I definitely slapped, but I wasn't sure of him as a whole project. But I'm like, yo, he didn't do nothing special. Like, let me be clear. Rapping wise, like content wise, was nothing that special. But like pairing like his actual like personality, his just charisma, just the way he delivers stuff, and then like actual beats, it just made it like a really listenable album. And I would put it above Culture too, like as one of the best trap albums of the year so far.
Ooh, swag! I like that. I like that placement. I have to listen to the whole project first before I do that, but
listen to it. It's surprisingly good.
I don't see myself arguing with that. I don't know if I listen to any more Culture 2 songs right now.
I listened to Made. Was it Made Men or Made? What's it called? I don't remember the name. It's towards the end.
I don't even know. Oh, I think that is Made Men.
Yeah, Made Men. That one's got hard. But yeah, it's just like when I was listening to it, I was like, well, these are some of the sounds that I wish were on Migos' is Culture 2, like, you know. So I think I like this one
they
more.
gave out all their best songs.
Off Culture 2?
They should have kept Drip. They should have.
Oh yeah, they should definitely kept Drip. They should have kept. They should have kept some of their songs off of Quality Control.
Oh yeah, right. I don't know why that was kind of
Ric Flair. Like, Pop shit would have been crazy if they would have dropped that on Culture 2.
Yeah, because it didn't make the wave. It should have
because it was on Quality Control. But if it was like the intro on like Culture 2, that shit would have been crazy. But nah, man, they gave away too much shit. That's what it was. Too Hottie would have been a hard ass song if they had it on there. Like they definitely gave away way too much. But if you're looking for like a good trap, turn off and turn up 2 album, Rich the Kid. The world is yours.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's just fly. He's got a cool swag.
So yeah, anybody out there who's actually heard it, let us know what you thought about that album as well. Would you put it above Culture 2? I definitely would. Let me know, man.
I'll let you know.
So, album of the month last month for March was Young Father's Cocoa Sugar. I'm sure you saw this. I don't know if you listened to this.
I only heard no, I haven't heard the whole project. No.
So this is the first project of the year to get my perfect 5-star rating. And my reaction to it.
Perfect. And that's hard to get, ladies and gents, if you don't know.
Well, when I give a 5-star, I don't necessarily mean perfect as in no flaws. I mean 5-star perfect as in like, as a whole, the resonance was like perfection. Mm-hmm. So this one resonated with me, obviously, to a great extent. This is my first listen to Young Fathers. I kind of heard the name before, but I never really listened to a project. They're like a experimental group. I'll say experimental. So like they're kind of hip hop, but then they're like punk, and then they're pop, and then they're like electronic. Like it's just that whole continuation of what we talked about last show. Was like this genreless expansion of music, and they're extremely genreless here. And like the experiment with so many different sounds, and like you can listen to one kind of genre in one song, and then listen to a completely different kind of genre in a different song. But it all like works and all meshes together and just all feels like them. And like there's some great fucking moments on here. And it's just another album that's just so hard to fucking explain that you just need to hear.
The vibes. I mean, that's what a good album will do, is just like leave you speechless. You know, you just gotta listen to it. You're like, I don't know what to say, man. It's got a little of this, little of that.
Were incredible,
but it definitely makes me want to check it out and put it on. It sounds like something I could definitely put on in my studio for sure, and just like create. I like listening to
vibes. Are incredible. It's all about like evoking like emotion from their music, and just the way that it's like kind of a lo-fi like aesthetic to their music, but it's still high fidelity sound. Like it's hard to explain. Like it's just you have to listen to it. My first 5-star.
I'm gonna check it out. I know. I'm like shocked, but I'm not at the same time. It just makes me want to. I have to listen to that. Basically, y'all should definitely check it out. Put it on your list. They are
definitely one of the coolest groups I've heard in a while. So
you know where they're
must
from?
Listen. Well, again, they're like an amalgamation, but I believe they all met in Ireland. I want to say Ireland or Scotland, but I want to say Ireland.
Oh, okay.
But it's an interesting backstory. 2 of the guys like from Africa, in different parts in Africa. One I think moved when he was younger. I think the other, his parents moved to like London or something. And then they all met up. I forget the whole backstory, but they met up somehow, I believe, in Ireland. And they named their group Young Fathers because they are all named after their fathers.
Oh, cool.
So it's like 3 of them. It's like 2 like black African guys and like 1 white guy. One's like the rapper, and the other thing is like more the producers and stuff like that. But it's just like even like explaining how they are and like their group is like just hard to explain because like it's a mash. It's like so it's not surprising that this is the sound that comes out of them because they have such different experiences that they still came together and like made this group and like this project and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely one to be looking out for. It's a name that I'm for sure you will see in festivals. If you're not already starting to see them this year, but I'm for sure you will see them very soon on festivals everywhere. They'll be like that one group that everybody's like, oh, I discovered this new, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, so they're definitely on that verge of like becoming much, much more well known in music.
Mm.
So, if anybody's heard Young Fathers, man, let me know what you thought about it. I definitely want to hear other people's opinions about it. But I definitely loved it. And it's one that I get pretty good. Been in rotation ever since it dropped. I told you, it was the first album I bought in like a couple of years. So,
yeah, that's what's
saying
crazy.
A lot, man.
Yeah, I haven't bought an album since The Big Crit, and like I said, that was the first album I bought in years. So it was a double disc though, so I felt like
if I didn't have such ready available access to it, I probably would have bought it too. But you know.
Yeah.
I guess some people, look out. But it was not the only 5-star album. I don't know what it is this month, but I gave out 2 more 5-star ratings. The second was to The Weeknd.
Yeah,
My Dear Melancholy.
let's talk about it.
I'm sure you've heard this one.
Oh, I heard that.
So it's only 6 tracks. It's an
downloaded
EP.
that.
Some people thought it was going to be a full-blown album. I thought it might be, but it was more like an EP.
Oh, I knew it
mixtape.
would be. I was glad it was.
So, go ahead. Let us know what you thought.
Man, well, I mean, anytime The Weeknd drops, I always check for it, but I'm always wondering if it's going to be commercial able or mixtape able. You know? Which one are we going to get? Because I like The Weeknd from the trilogy and
House of Balloons.
well, basically from
days.
House of Balloons, yeah. So, like, all of that was, like, it felt like he went back to those vibes. And
He did.
The album title, My Beautiful Melancholy, like, it just sounds
Well, My Dear
like
Melancholy.
My Dear Melancholy. It's such a crazy, just, that's the vibe though. It's like this weird, almost like underwater, like just, I don't know how to describe his vibe. It's grittier than his pop sound, is what I would say.
He's a dark
It's
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's Michael Jackson on the streets, like talking that like thug shit or something, like, but not talking like a thug. He's just like in the strip clubs and like he's more Rick James than, but still Michael. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I loved it. I still play that a lot right now. I mean, it's in rotation every day. Call Out My Name, bro. That song, Call Out My Name, the first track, right? Is that the first track?
Which one?
Let me see. Call Out My Name.
Yes.
Let me see. Yeah, that shit is like, that might be my favorite song.
It's a good ass song. His songwriting is phenomenal. Very underrated.
Yeah. Hurt You, dope. Oh, yeah, no, this shit is flames. Oh, you gave this a 5. I like that, though.
Post-breakup sounding album.
Oh, Selena, right? Gomez? Yeah, bro. I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, he's actually, because he used to never, like, really talk that love stuff. But the way he was talking about it, it was so real that I knew he was talking about his ex.
This definitely felt like his heartbreak album. Like, he always kind of was like that cynical and like downtrodden type of sound, but like here it was like felt more aimed specifically at a specific person in mind, you know? Especially on Call Out My Name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I fucked with it. Like, I gave it a 5-star for a reason, because this is kind of what I wanted. I've been wanting him to go back towards those older days when he first came on, when everybody fell in love with this sound, when he changed the game, when he basically single-handedly changed like alternative R&B.
when he was just known as the guy with the weird hair.
Yeah. Well, didn't even know what he looked like for like a good 2 years, but yeah.
Right.
So he went back to that route, but he still kept some of his popular elements. So like I felt like it was a great mix.
He did.
Between like his new pop sound and like his newfound fame, whatever, and success from that, but then also keeping that like darker, menacing sound from the trilogy days. So like I felt like it was a good medium between the two, and like it was only 6 songs, and I loved all 6 songs. So it was like, how can I not give it a 5-star rating? like I can't just complete through that short, but it's like every song hits so hard. And he's just extremely underrated to me, like as a writer, and I just think he's one of the most interesting pop stars that are today, like kind of hands down.
Oh, for sure. He's in his own lane completely. Complete own lane. It's actually crazy.
I mean, a lot of people have come after him.
It's crazy how much he sounds like Michael, too.
And people are like, oh, they're like The Weeknd. Yeah. I mean, he said that Michael's like his biggest, influence and like his biggest idol. So not surprising that he does have that influences, like, especially on the pop side for Michael. But then it's just so dark and like moody that it's just I don't know. It's just
like
so
shit
much
Michael would never say out loud.
It was like the shit that Michael for sure was like dealing with inside that he just didn't let show on the music, And this is just like his inner demons and just inner darkest thoughts like coming out and like expressing themselves fully in song form.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's
like
really generous, I felt like, with this project.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
he's always been
to.
I feel like his writing has always been pretty personal. But I think like he even took it like another step even more on this one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt like I knew a little more about him like after an album. Like so much. Well, I mean, sort of just in the style and the presentation and stuff, but like this is more about his personal life than like just his like vices.
Yeah, before
it's
like,
more
it felt like a stylistic choice before, and this feels like a personal thing,
Yeah, exactly. Like an 808s. Like this is like his 808s.
So I mean, it was dope. It's 6 tracks. What can you say? Like it's only 6 songs, but every song is a non-skip, and he's just doing things that other artists just can only dream of doing, basically.
Yeah, most of the songs are like 3 minutes 40 seconds, almost 4 minutes. That's like if 6 songs,
about the same length as
12 in the
same
new
length
era.
as
that's like 12 songs.
XX Tentacion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
it's about 12 songs, so he got it's probably longer than XX Tentacion's album.
And he had like 15 songs on there.
Yeah.
Real songwriter.
Yeah, this is how you write songs, ladies and gentlemen. The Weeknd, he fucking kills shit. It's savage. He's just kind of a stan.
I mean, but let us
vibes when
again, like
I thought OVO XO was like one thing. That's what this reminds me of. It's days when I didn't know they were different.
I mean, he's influenced a lot of people, and like I think he just continues to show that there's a wide gap between him and like all these other alternative R&B acts that have popped up since.
Right. Definitely. I mean, he kind of.
But you guys let us know.
Though.
Oh, he did for sure, but he definitely did. But
Black,
there's
like 6 Lakh.
He's good, but even then, there's still a wide gap between what The Weeknd is doing and what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Like, while they're still chasing, like, his older sound, like, he's constantly evolving his sound.
The Weeknd's a savage. So, he's never been shaky. He's always just climbed and just killing it. But, yeah, like you said, you guys let us know.
Yeah, you guys let us know what you thought about this Quick Strike mixtape, EP, whatever you want to call it, album. Do you think there's anybody in pop more interesting than him right now? I personally do not think so. I can't think of anybody that's more musically interesting than him. But let us know. So I had one more album I wanted to talk about that I just listened to this week. And I just gave it 5-star rating today. Saba. Have you heard of this guy from Chicago? Rapper?
Sounds so familiar. I almost clicked on that. I didn't listen to that.
You've probably seen his name around. Yeah. But if you did not listen to this, this is a must listen.
I was like this close. I don't know. So yeah, let me know.
I wasn't going to at first, but then I was like, the name just kept like digging at my head. Like, man, I've seen this name. I've heard this name somewhere before. Like, let me just check it out. I'm glad I fucking did, man. Like,
yeah.
So he's from Chicago. I mean, you like Mick Jenkins, you like these people, so like you for sure would like him.
Yeah.
Just vibes, man. Like some crazy fucking vibes on there. Like it's a super deep, emotional, like introspective album about like. So I guess when he recorded the album, his cousin, I believe, like a really close cousin to him, was just killed, like not that long ago in Chicago. Like he was stabbed to death on like a subway or bus or something. So this is basically like the project right after that. So everything on here is like it's darker and it's like an exploration of like grief. And like isolation, like feeling alone, and just like trying to cope with like all the woes and stress of life, but in like a cathartic sense, but not in like the masochistic way. Like there's like a light at the end of the tunnel, type of thinking. But like he's fully bearing it all out there, like his depression and emotions and feelings about everything, and he's very open about the whole thing. Yeah, and that's great. But it wouldn't be, great music if it didn't have the backing sound, and it definitely has some top-notch, phenomenal production on there. Like the soundscapes on here are ridiculously like dense and lush, and you get like elements of jazz, and you get like live instrumentation, and just like really drives home this emotion and like this. And like some songs he has like almost a spoken word type of delivery, like a jazz type of delivery. In those songs you'll get like jazz horns and sax in the background of these songs. It's like it really drives home like that.
Yeah.
That emotion and that feeling. And it's
that's
just
Chicago
like,
style too. That's flavor.
So it's definitely not Chicago trap. This is more of that conscious. I won't even call it conscious. It's just like really grounded and emotional. And man, it's fucking powerful. And it was just like, I just started listening and I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, this shit is fucking good. Like, this shit is good, bro. Like,
dope.
Not much more to say about it. It's just,
I love getting new music. I love it.
This was just one that I was like, you love, like you, I love discovering new music. And this is one that when I listened to it, like couldn't help but put a smile on my face, because like when you just know like you discovered somebody so fucking dope, and like this project was so fucking dope, and I've been listening to it all day. So gave it a 5-star rating. Saba, Care For Me is the name of the album. It's going to impact you if you listen to it, for sure. In some way or form, it's going to impact you. And that's like, for me, that's like some of the best type of music. So this is a must listen. Absolute must listen. Young Fathers and Saba are absolute must listens if you're trying to discover some new dope fucking albums and dope fucking artists.
Nice.
These are must listens.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna be putting that on my list. That's what I'm gonna be listening to this week then. Until the new stuff, if there's anything new, drops. But
there definitely are.
Yeah, there's only a couple things.
Pulling that list up.
Oh, that you're anticipating.
Well, I got a couple things on my list right now that I need to check out this upcoming week. So I need to listen to White Oak's new album, The Louder I Call, The Faster It Runs. 30 Seconds to Mars, America. I want to listen to that. Saba.
Oh, yeah, I want him to listen to that, too.
I'm going to listen to again. Kali Uchis, Isolation.
Oh, I checked that out, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved every feature she's done. So I was like, I'm sure I'll love this one, too, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting. I only heard about, like, 6 or 7 songs. And so far... it's basically like I have to listen to it twice. Like off the first listen, you're not gonna get all of it because it's such a particular vibe. She's like giving us this, I don't know, like kind of taking it back to the 70s maybe kind of vibe, but with this like real low key tone. So,
well, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna listen to it.
Swag.
Yeah.
But Wale dropped a new song too.
Forgot to ask you.
Outside of the EP.
What did you think about Drake's latest single?
Oh, the single. Oh, I forgot. I did mention that. Well, here's what I have to say about the single. The song itself isn't that good.
Thank you.
The song isn't good song. It's not a good song. It's like it's honestly,
I'm not alone.
It's a bad song. Like his vocals and the beat together don't sound like a good song. But if I listen to just his vocals without thinking about the whole song, he's saying some okay things that might sound better on a different beat. And the beat just has its own vibe. So basically, Drake just put the wrong bop on the right beat. But the video he dropped is what's gonna keep this thing streaming and talked about for a while.
So many cameos
he did it again.
In there,
he
bro.
just did it again, and that's what I was talking about with him and with the Young Money camp sneaking on Cardi's rollout, because that was all about, like I said, the sample that was similar, but then this is a woman empowerment thing. And
yeah, but I don't personally think that was intentional. I just think that was coincidental.
It's not. It's just collateral damage, but then Nicki Minaj gets to like do something with the collateral damage. Like, so it just seems like bullying. It seems like they're teaming up. They're rolling out before and after her project. And like Nicki Minaj says in one of her songs, we're the big three. So it's like, if Lil Wayne drops something, it's gonna be a problem. If Lil Wayne drops something, I'm gonna be like,
I just see so many people hyping the song up. I'm looking around like, am I missing something here? It's just not that good, bro. Like,
it's not a good song.
It got better.
It reminds me of For
got better
Free
for me. Like after I heard it a couple more times, but it's still like, bro, this is probably one of his worst singles that he's ever put out, bro.
Bro, it's another For Free. It just like
worse than For Free.
It's only worse because Khaled didn't put his name on it.
And I'm like, I think it
literally sounds like the same bop.
I feel like the tempo's off. Personally, I personally think if the tempo was slower, it might sound better for me.
Yeah.
But like the high tempo Lauryn Hill, and then just like it was just like the beat's not that great, and I'm just like, man, what is this?
It's weird.
This is your second single, bro? This is your follow up to God's Plan? And it's just like, I just see so many people hyping it up. I'm just like, this is not that great, bro.
But here's the thing, though. Because Drake knows that, like, his fans, like, I'm a fan of Drake, so I've, like, heard everything that he put out. When he did the Freakin' You remix on Party Next Door's thing, he had a line where he was like, we could get Stone Like Emily, or we can get Wild Like Olivia or Stone Like Sharon. That's what it was. So like he had Olivia Wilde is the first person actress in the music video that this new song is. So he's like trying to thread together shit he already said or did with the visual, so he didn't even have to mention her in this song, but he already mentioned her in the song, and that's why she's in it. So like it's interesting.
I mean, that's cool and all,
but I don't know. The song's not good.
Yeah, that's cool and all,
but checking for the music.
That shit's not that good, bro. I'm sorry, like this shit's not that good.
Nah.
And people hype it up.
Yeah, Drake, like, but Drake didn't make it for the rap people. He didn't make it for us. He gave us diplomatic immunity so we could wait a few months.
In my reaction to the music video, I said that this is very clearly aimed at women, and women will appreciate the song and probably hype it up beyond what it should be, especially with the video. And that's exactly what's happening. But at the end of the day, this shit's not that fucking good, and it's not even a top 20 Drake single. So I'm good. King Kendrick all the way still. Like, it's just showing me that it's probably in like Kendrick. The bottom 5. Kendrick's at the top. That's all it keeps showing me, is that he's no longer that guy at the top, because Kendrick is doing the commercial shit now. So it's, come on. God's plan was great.
I wouldn't say that.
Cool.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
Kendrick's the rapper, but Drake's the superstar.
Kendrick is very much a superstar at this point.
Yeah, but he needs a couple more years to be the full-fledged. He hasn't fully crossed over yet. He's humble, but he's still hood. And Drake is, he's like hood enough, but like he's doing the SNL joints. Like as soon as Kendrick can host SNL and not just debut a song on it,
but that's Kendrick's an artist. He's not.
But he's doing.
He
skits.
Is a rapper. Like he's 100% a rapper. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't even give a fuck about all that other shit.
He's the rapper, yeah.
And he's still. That's what I'm saying. He said this. His whole line was, You fucked around and let a conscious rapper do all this shit. Yeah. Because he doesn't give a fuck about other shit, clearly. And he's still doing this shit to music. So it's like, come on, bro. If he really wanted to do like crossover, I think he could easily. And he did with Black Panther, the album.
Yeah, but Drake already answered that. He said, I would steal all of your fans if I went on some conscious shit.
You're right. That's definitely not true. But regardless, it's just not that great of a song. You guys let us know what you thought about the song. I've heard much better from Drake.
The Wale song I heard, though, did make me not hate Wale so much.
Yeah, you're just a hater, bro. You should never hate Wale that much.
His fucking EP was not good. It was just okay. That's why I hate him, because you can't just... But this song, Negotiations... This is what the EP should have been, basically. He dropped a song called Negotiations, and it's what I thought the EP would have been. That's all I had to say about that. So check it out. That came out like yesterday or some shit. But I like it. That's the first Wale song. I didn't like the songs on the EP, but I like this song. I'm playing this song. So, Negotiations.
So, before we get up out of here, like we always do, we're going to tell you the upcoming albums over the next 2 weeks. So, dropping April 13th, 2018. Some highlights, Breaking Benjamin, Ember is the name of the album they're just coming out with. Jason Aldean, if you're into country, Review Town. Tinashe is finally dropping an album called Joyride.
I was wondering.
So it's been a long time coming for her.
Where's the rollout?
It's been like a 6-year rollout. Tired of putting money behind it. Wiley, Godfather 2. So that is for April 13th. 2018. For next week, April 20th, there's not like a ton coming out, but there's a few things. Lord Huron, however you want to say it. Vide Noir is the name of the album. I'm a big fan of his, so I'll definitely be listening to that one. A Perfect Circle, Eat the Elephant. I don't know who this is. Pennywise, Never Gonna Die is the name of the album, but I like the name Pennywise, obviously, because of it.
It's like the killer clown.
Kimbra, Primal Heart is the name of that album they're coming out with. And last but not least, Sting and Shaggy are dropping their joint album. 44/786 is the name. I'm interested.
I heard the rumor about that. I didn't know that was a real thing.
Oh, it's a real thing. They're gonna have a music video and everything out for like one of their songs.
It makes me confused, but not really, but a little bit. I'm not.
But
like, it just makes me tilt my head and be like that
reggae and all that other stuff, though.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm not saying they won't have chemistry. I'm just wondering if their chemistry is good enough for me to say the music is good. I mean, it's probably going to be one or two songs that are vibe, but I don't know if I'm going to like the music, honestly. I don't know what kind of, like...
They're old.
Hopefully.
They're legends.
I'm not going to shit on it.
They're old. They're legends. They can do whatever the fuck they want at this point. I put them in the Snoop Dogg category. Is Shaggy a legend? It wasn't me as a legend. He's not on Sting status, but, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why there's the head tilt. Like, it's just like, Shaggy, though? He's blessing Shaggy.
But the fact that everybody
blessing Shaggy.
But the fact that everybody still knows Shaggy's name and, like, it's still kind of a legend, bro.
That is kind of crazy.
Like, he really only dropped one noteworthy project, like, mainstream-wise.
Wasn't me. That's crazy.
And that it still stands the test of time. It's still kind of like...
People still know his name.
So, kind of. I mean, obviously, he's definitely no Sting, but just to see Shaggy come back and then to come back with Sting is like, I have to fucking listen to the album. You get me? Of course I'm listening. That sounds
so weird, though. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. It just sounds weird.
So, is there anything coming out over the next couple weeks that we did not discuss, or anything that has dropped recently that we did not discuss that we should check out? Let us know in the comments below. Anywhere this goes up, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever else, Facebook, wherever we put this up. If you have any questions, comments, text, topic suggestions for this show, past shows, or any future shows, let us know in the comments below as well. Or you can email us directly at podcast@livinglifefearless.co or go to livinglifefearless.to/podcast and fill out the form. If we find anything, that jumps out at us, we will try to mention that in the next or upcoming show and, give you credit, give you a shout out. Today's date is April 12th, 2018, and that is it for this week's episode of Music Files Podcast. I'm your host always, Dario Hunt, my co-host, Doris Walker. We want to thank you guys for joining us once again. And we'll be back. We'll be back shortly. So, thanks for listening. Peace.
Keep living life fearless, y'all. Music Files coming soon.